Welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about something almost every English learner dreams about: speaking English fluently. Many people study English for a very long time. They learn grammar rules, memorize vocabulary, and watch many lessons online. But when it is time to speak, they still feel nervous. Their sentences come out slowly. They stop often. Sometimes they even forget very easy words. Why does this happen? Most of the time, the problem is not intelligence. It is not a lack of grammar knowledge either. The real problem is that many learners focus too much on perfection instead of communication. Real fluency is not about using difficult vocabulary. It is not about sounding like a textbook. Real fluency means speaking in a smooth, natural, and comfortable way. And the good news is this: you do not need advanced English to sound more fluent. You simply need better habits and regular practice. Today, you will learn several simple but powerful ways to improve your fluency step by step using easy English. The first habit is learning to think directly in English. This is one of the biggest changes that helps learners speak more naturally. Many beginners have the same habit. First, they think in their own language, then they translate everything into English inside their head. After that, they finally try to speak. But this process takes too much time. Imagine somebody asks you, "What did you do today?" Now your brain starts working very hard. First, you create the answer in your native language, then you search for English words, then you worry about grammar. During this time, the other person is waiting for your answer. That pressure makes you nervous. Because of this, many learners stop in the middle of sentences. They repeat many times. They lose confidence quickly. But fluent speakers usually do something different. They respond directly in English without translating every word. For example, "What did you do today?" A simple answer could be, "I woke up late today. Then I had breakfast and watched some videos." Very simple, very natural. Notice something important here. The English is not complicated. The speaker is not trying to sound advanced, but the answer still sounds smooth and confident. That is the real goal. Many learners believe fluent English must sound difficult. Actually, simple English spoken naturally often sounds much more fluent than complicated English spoken with fear. So, how can you stop translating? Start with small daily thoughts. When you wake up in the morning, try thinking in easy English. "I feel sleepy. I need coffee. Today is very hot. I have a lot of work. I don't want to get out of bed." These are tiny sentences, but they train your brain in a powerful way. At first, your mind may feel uncomfortable. You may forget words often. That is completely normal. Every fluent speaker started from the beginning, too. Do not expect instant results. Language learning is slow training, not magic. Another very important thing is this: stop fearing mistakes too much. Many learners stay silent because they want perfect grammar before speaking, but waiting for perfection only slows improvement. If you constantly worry about pronunciation, grammar, or mistakes, you will avoid speaking. And if you avoid speaking, fluency cannot grow. Speaking improves through speaking. Not only through watching videos, not only through reading books, not only through studying grammar. You must train your brain and your mouth together. A very helpful exercise is choosing 1 hour every day for English thinking time. During that hour, try to think only in English. You can describe simple things around you. "My room is messy. I need to charge my phone. This food smells good. I feel tired today." Easy English is enough. Over time, your brain slowly becomes faster. English starts feeling more natural. One day, you notice something surprising. You answer faster without translating everything first. That's when confidence starts growing.
And remember this carefully. Never compare yourself to people online who already speak fluently. Some of them have practiced for years. Some use English every day at work or school. Your progress is your own journey. Even 10 or 15 minutes of honest practice daily can create huge improvement over time. The second habit is speaking more slowly. This may sound strange, but many learners try too hard to speak fast because they think fast English sounds fluent. Actually, speaking too fast often creates more mistakes. When beginners rush, their pronunciation becomes unclear. Their brain loses control. They forget words easily and become even more nervous. Real fluency is not speed. Real fluency is calm and clear communication. Think about two speakers. The first person speaks extremely fast, but the words sound messy and difficult to understand. The second person speaks more slowly and clearly. Yesterday, I went shopping with my friend. After that, we had dinner together. Which speaker sounds more fluent? Usually the second one. Why? Because good communication is easy to understand. Many native speakers also speak slowly and clearly, especially teachers, presenters, and podcast hosts. Clear speech sounds confident. Slow speaking also gives your brain time to organize thoughts. When your mind feels relaxed, words come more naturally. Another important benefit is pronunciation. When learners rush, words become unclear, but slower speaking improves clarity. For example, I want to improve my English. When spoken too quickly, it may sound confusing, but spoken calmly, every word becomes easier to understand. One useful exercise is reading short English sentences aloud every day. You can practice sentences like, I enjoy listening to music. I want to improve my speaking. I watched a movie yesterday. Read slowly. Focus on pronunciation and breathing. You can also record your voice. Many learners dislike hearing themselves at first, but recording is extremely helpful. It allows you to notice unclear pronunciation, strange pauses, or words that sound weak. Another powerful exercise is shadowing. Listen to a short English sentence and repeat it immediately in the same rhythm. For example, today is a beautiful day. Then repeat, today is a beautiful day. This exercise trains your ears and your mouth together. Slowly, your speaking rhythm becomes more smooth and natural. Another common mistake is trying to use difficult vocabulary too early. Many learners think advanced words make them sound fluent, but simple English spoken confidently usually sounds much better than complicated English spoken with fear. Communication matters more than showing off vocabulary. Your goal is not to impress people with difficult words. Your goal is to communicate clearly and comfortably. The third habit is using English every single day. Many learners wait too long before speaking because they think they need more grammar or more vocabulary first. But fluency grows through daily use, not through waiting. English should become part of your normal life. Use it while eating breakfast. Use it while cleaning your room. Use it while walking outside. This coffee tastes good. I need to clean my desk. The weather feels nice today. These small habits train your brain continuously. At first, it may feel strange. Sometimes you will not know the right word. That is okay. Do not stop speaking because of missing vocabulary. If you forget a word, explain it using easy English. For example, if you forget refrigerator, you can say, the place where we keep cold food. Maybe it is not perfect, but communication continues. That's what matters. Daily practice is powerful because the brain learns through repetition. 15 minutes every day is usually better than studying for 5 hours only once a week. Consistency creates fluency. Another important thing is active speaking. Many learners only consume English passively. They watch videos and listen to podcasts, but they rarely speak. Input is helpful, but fluency also needs output. Talk to yourself.
Describe your day.
Practice simple conversations aloud. Even self-talk is excellent practice. You can say, I feel tired today. I need to finish my work. I want to practice more English tonight. These simple sentences train speaking naturally. Another very important habit is training your mouth to speak English regularly. Many learners understand English very well when reading or listening. They can follow videos, they understand teachers, they know many words inside their mind. But when they try to speak, everything suddenly becomes difficult. Why? Because understanding English and speaking English are different skills. A person can understand a language without being able to speak it comfortably. Speaking needs physical practice too. Your mouth, tongue, and pronunciation muscles must get used to English sounds. Think about someone who watches exercise videos every day but never actually exercises. Their body will not become stronger without movement. English speaking works the same way. Reading helps, listening helps, but your mouth also needs training. That is why daily speaking practice is so important. Speak out loud every day, even if you are alone. Many learners feel shy about this. They worry about pronunciation, mistakes, or their accent. But silence will never create fluency. You become a better speaker by speaking. At first, English may feel uncomfortable in your mouth. Some sounds may feel strange. Your sentences may come out slowly. That is normal. Every fluent speaker experienced this stage at some point. One helpful exercise is reading simple English sentences aloud. For example, I'm trying to improve every day. I enjoy learning English. I feel more confident now. Speak clearly. Open your mouth properly. Do not whisper. Strong pronunciation comes from clear speaking habits. Another excellent exercise is shadowing. Listen to a sentence from a video or podcast and repeat it immediately after the speaker. For example, how was your day today? Then repeat, how was your day today? Try copying the pronunciation, rhythm, and emotion. This exercise trains your ears and speaking muscles together. Over time, your speech becomes smoother and more natural. Recording yourself is also very powerful. At first, hearing your own voice may feel uncomfortable. That happens to almost everyone. But recordings help you notice mistakes, weak pronunciation, or unnatural pauses. Small improvements become easier when you can hear yourself clearly.
Repetition is another important key. Many beginners constantly search for new lessons and new vocabulary, but rarely repeat old speaking practice. Repetition builds automatic speaking habits. If you repeat useful sentences many times, your mouth begins producing them naturally, without deep thinking. For example, I'm doing my best. I don't understand. Can you repeat that? I'll think about it. These common phrases slowly become automatic through repetition, and automatic speaking creates fluency. Another mistake many learners make is focusing only on grammar. Grammar matters, but grammar alone cannot create smooth speaking. Speaking is a skill. Skills improve through action. You cannot learn swimming only by reading books. At some point, you must enter the water. English speaking works the same way. Even 5 or 10 minutes of speaking practice daily can create strong improvement over time. And remember this carefully. Your accent does not need to sound perfect. Many learners become too worried about sounding exactly like native speakers, but perfect accent is not the most important thing. Clear communication matters much more. Speak clearly, speak naturally, speak confidently. That is enough. With enough practice, your pronunciation will improve naturally over time. Now, let's talk about another important habit, learning English in phrases instead of single words. Many learners spend years memorizing vocabulary lists. They learn one word after another, But when it is time to speak, they still struggle. Why? Because fluent speaking is built from phrases, not isolated words. Fluent speakers usually remember groups of words together. For example, learning only the word hungry is useful, but learning full phrases is much more powerful. I'm really hungry. I'm getting hungry. Let's eat something. Now your brain already has ready-made speaking patterns. This makes conversations much easier. Another example, instead of memorizing only the word busy, learn phrases like, I'm busy right now. I've been very busy lately. This helps your brain understand how real English works naturally. In everyday conversation, people usually speak in patterns and expressions, not individual words. That is why phrase learning improves fluency much faster. It also improves listening. When you learn phrases together, spoken English becomes easier to recognize. For example, what are you doing? Often sounds connected together in natural speech. Phrase learning helps your ears understand real pronunciation more easily. Another mistake beginners make is memorizing difficult dictionary words while ignoring simple daily expressions. But daily expressions are often much more useful. For example, that makes sense. I'm not sure. No problem. I'm serious. It depends. These are simple phrases, but people use them constantly in real conversations.
One very useful habit is collecting phrases from videos, podcasts, movies, or conversations. When you hear a useful expression, write it down and practice it regularly. Repeat it aloud many times. For example, I know what you mean. That sounds great. I'm trying my best. The more you repeat phrases, the more naturally they come out during real conversations. You should also learn phrases connected to your own life and interests. If you enjoy cooking, this smells good. I need more salt. If you enjoy gaming, that level was difficult. I almost won. Personal phrases are easier to remember because they connect with your real experiences. Another important advantage of phrase learning is confidence. When your brain already knows common sentence patterns, speaking feels much less stressful. Instead of building every sentence slowly from zero, your brain quickly uses familiar patterns. That creates smoother communication. And smoother communication is a major part of fluency. Now let's talk about listening practice. Many learners want to speak fluently but forget something very important. Good speaking begins with good listening. Your brain learns language by hearing it repeatedly. Think about babies learning their first language. Before speaking, they spend many months simply listening. They hear sounds, pronunciation, rhythm, and sentence patterns every day. English learners need the same type of exposure. Many beginners spend too much time studying grammar and vocabulary, but not enough time listening to real English. Because of this, English still feels unfamiliar inside their mind. And when English feels unfamiliar, speaking feels stressful too. Daily listening slowly changes this. The more English you hear, the more natural English begins to feel. Your brain starts recognizing sentence patterns automatically. Pronunciation becomes more familiar. Common expressions become easier to understand. At first, you do not need to understand every single word. That is very important. Many learners become frustrated because they cannot understand everything immediately. But listening improvement happens gradually. Your ears need training too. When beginners first hear fast English, it may sound confusing, but often the problem is not speed. The real problem is lack of listening experience. The more you listen, the more your brain recognizes common sounds and patterns automatically. That is why daily listening matters so much. Another important thing is choosing easy English content.
Many beginners make learning harder by listening to advanced movies or difficult podcasts too early. Instead, start with beginner-friendly English. Listen to slow conversations, easy stories, or simple educational videos. When the English feels understandable, confidence grows faster, and confidence is extremely important for progress. Even 15 or 20 minutes of daily listening can create big improvement over time. Consistency matters more than long study sessions. You can listen while walking, cleaning, cooking, or relaxing before sleep. Small daily exposure keeps English active inside your brain. Active listening is also very important. Do not only hear English as background noise. Pay attention to pronunciation, sentence patterns, and useful phrases. For example, if you hear, "I'm really tired today," notice the rhythm. Repeat it softly. Copy the pronunciation. This connects listening and speaking together. Another powerful exercise is repeating the same content multiple times. The first time, maybe you understand only the main idea. The second time, you notice more vocabulary. The third time, pronunciation becomes clearer. Repetition strengthens listening skills naturally, and stronger listening creates stronger speaking. Another important tip is avoiding too much translation while listening.
Instead of translating every word into your native language, try understanding the meaning directly in English. For example, when you hear, "How's it going?" do not translate each word separately. Simply understand it as a greeting. This helps your brain think more naturally in English. And finally, remember this: fluency does not come from perfection. Fluency comes from daily practice, repetition, listening, speaking, patience, and confidence. You do not need perfect grammar. You do not need advanced vocabulary. You do not need to sound exactly like a native speaker. You simply need consistent practice and the courage to keep going. Small improvement every day creates huge progress over time. So keep speaking, keep listening, keep practicing. Even if progress feels slow sometimes, never stop. One day, you will notice something amazing. English will start feeling natural. Conversations will become easier. Your confidence will become stronger. And you will realize that fluency was never about being perfect. It was always about building habits step by step. Thank you for spending your time learning with me today. I hope these lessons help you feel more relaxed and confident during your English journey. Keep practicing a little every day, keep believing in yourself, and never be afraid to make mistakes. Every small effort matters more than you think. Take care, keep learning, and I'll see you again in the next video.